right, we're going to talk about some more tattoo aftercare and how to take care of a brand new fresh tattoo. I just got the left side of my chest kind of wrapped up. Next we have to do the trap, the shoulder, and the rest of the arm. But I want to talk about how I take care of those tattoos right from the get-go. Now, there's all different types of healing processes. Some people like to dry heal. Some people like using like Sanoderm or some of those self-adhesive bandages that are breathable, waterproof, things like that. And then some people like using different types of ointments. I'm going to talk about the two different ways that I've done and kind of what's been the successful way on both. This one way of taking care of your tattoos kind of goes both for the dry heal as well as, say, like an ointment healing. You leave the tattoo shop, they're going to put some sort of saran wrap or plastic wrap on there. I suggest leaving it on there for 1 to 3 hours. You don't really need to have it on much more than that. It's just to kind of protect the skin and keep the plasma and the blood from kind of leaking out everywhere and kind of keep that fresh open wound, allow those platelets to get in there and to start the healing process without bacteria. Now, the reason you don't want to hold it on for much longer than 3 hours is because you can have bacteria kind of build up from your sweat, from kind of any dirt happening to get inside that, saran wrap. So I'd say 1 to 3 hours at the most, and then it's time for your first wash. Now, the reason I prefer just a basic soap or a basic antibacterial soap on a fresh tattoo is because your skin is open, okay? It's an open wound still. So you don't want to put like dyes or scents or any other kind of weird shit in there. You really want this thing to heal and breathe as best as possible. On my last tattoo aftercare video, I talked about kind of like my daily routine using that Mad Rabbit Refresh Body Soap. When I talked about that Refresh Body Wash, I talked about I wasn't a big fan of, say, using that per se for a fresh tattoo. Now, the reps at Mad Rabbit saw that video and they messaged me. They're like, funny you should mention just a basic soap for aftercare because we just launched this. Now, what it is a gentle soap cleansing bar. There's no dyes. There's, no things that you would find in commercial soap. It's unscented. In fact, let me just show you what it looks like. It's just like a basic bar of soap. You take off your plastic wrap, you're gonna get in the shower. Do not use super hot water, all right? Like the colder the water, the better. Maybe like a lukewarm room temperature, and try to keep the water from just sitting on the fresh tattoo. Wherever your tattoo may be, try to keep the water from pooling and just sitting on there because you really don't want water kind of penetrating in there and making your skin kind of pruny. It's gonna be a quick wash. You're gonna get in, use whatever soap, whether it's antibacterial soap, or you can try this Mad Rabbit Refresh soap, which I've been using on this side of the fresh tattoo, and it's actually been one of the fastest healing processes I've had on my tattoo. Once you soap up, you're gonna rinse, all right? And then when you get out, I recommend either using some clean paper towels or a towel that you haven't used a bunch of like scented beads or weird detergents or anything like that. You really want like a clean, dry fabric just to pat dry the tattoo. You don't want to rub it. You don't want to irritate the skin. Just pat dry the water off the tattoo. Here's the difference for dry healing a tattoo and using ointments. At this point, if you're going to dry heal, you're just going to leave it be. You're going to let it air out. You're not going to put any type of lotions on it. You're not going to put any kind of ointments on it. You're not going to use Aquaphor. You're not going to use Vaseline. You're not going to use any of that. You're just going to let it dry heal. If you're not going to dry heal and you're going to ointment, there's two different ways to do it. You can either use like Aquaphor, which is a skin healing ointment, and it's also kind of like a protective layer, or you can use the Mad Rabbit Soothing Gel. Now, this soothing gel goes on clear. It's made with aloe and some other ingredients to help kind of soothe I'm almost out, but to help soothe and kind of heal the tattoo from the inside out. And it also goes in there and protects the ink to allow it to set and actually sit there inside so you don't get discoloration of your ink. Now, I already put a little bit on there right after my shower, but I'll kind of show you guys. It's a nice clear gel. It's actually nice and cool when it sits on. It's just like if you put aloe on a sunburn, right? It's just a nice soothing feeling. As you can see, it's been a little bit over a week or almost a week since my tattoo. There's no peeling. There's no kind of, skin irritation or anything like that. And I've literally just been using that bar of soap and this aloe gel since the tattoo, and it's healing phenomenally. Now, another thing I would suggest, after you use this type of healing ointment, let it set, let it kind of like sit into the skin and really let your skin absorb it. And if you still wanted to put on some Aquaphor or some Vaseline or something to help protect it from the elements, do so after. Don't mix them together. Let this set and get inside the skin and start a healing process. And then you can always put your Aquaphor or you can put, Vaseline or something on it to help protect your skin from your clothing. If you're in an area that you don't have to cover up, you have like your wrist, your arm, your leg or something, your lower leg where you don't have to put on socks that are, going to irritate it. I would definitely do that. Let your skin breathe, let the tattoo breathe, and let the healing process start. After about a week, you're probably gonna start your itchy phase if you're dry healing. It might even start in the 4th, 5th day. You're gonna have a lot of peeling. You're gonna have a lot of like just that irritated itching feeling. Don't pick at it, don't scratch at it, just work through it. It's only gonna last about a week and then you're good. Now, I don't recommend putting in any like enhancement cream or even the body lotion. I don't recommend putting that on a fresh tattoo. At least 2 weeks, all right? Give your skin at least 2 weeks to heal, let the tattoo heal before you start putting that on. But now I'm not sponsored by this company. I don't have any kind of affiliation with this company, but Hustle Butter right here. If you want to put something on to help with the healing and enhance it at the same time, help protect the skin, another thing you can use is Hustle Butter, all right? You don't need a whole lot. It's just kind of like the enhancement cream. You only need a little bit. This smells good and it actually feels really good. The only thing I would say is when the healing process, as far as like preventing the itch, preventing the burn or anything like this doesn't quite help with the burning and itching as the soothing gel does. So if you kind of maybe work them together, put the soothing gel on first, let that penetrate, then put this on instead of say Aquaphor to help put that protective layer, that'd be a pretty damn good combo. Now let's talk about the third option, which is using something like Saniderm or Second Skin or Tattoo Skin or whatever. It's a self-adhesive, waterproof, breathable, self-adhesive bandage. Couple things with these. They work, all right? They do work. If you leave it on there for 5 to 7 days, once you take it off, your tattoo is fully healed. It's done. It's cleared up. It's ready to rock. But the issue is because they're self-adhesive, if you put it on a spot that's moving, right, that does a lot of motion, a lot of movement, like elbow, somewhere in the shoulder, it's going to irritate the skin around it because it's going to be constantly pulling on the skin that's not moving. And every time it's moving around, it irritates. If you can put it on a spot that doesn't move, second to none when it comes to protecting your tattoo from the outside elements, from your clothing, from bacteria, and overall the healing process is like that. Another drawback, your skin. If you have any type of sensitivity to the ingredients that are in there, whether it's the latex or the type of rubber, depends on the company. I'll show you right now, this is what happened to one of my tattoos when I used Saniderm. My skin had a reaction to Saniderm. It got inflamed, it got red, it got irritated. So if you have sensitive skin, Saniderm or any of those might not be for you. There are different companies out there. I've tried a few different ones on different parts of my body just to try them out. So far, the only one I've had real irritation with was that Saniderm, and I had a straight up allergic reaction. I can't even call it irritation. My body just straight had an allergic reaction to it. Now, as you can see, I've got a lot more work to get done. I'm gonna be finishing up this entire arm, this whole sleeve, the rest of my back. Then my entire back's gonna get done, and then part of my torso. So I've got plenty more videos gonna be coming up on those tattoos. If you guys wanna try out any of the Mad Rabbit products, there's a link in my bio. Use the code TYJAMES. You're gonna get 20% off everything in the store, including their creams, their ointments, their clothing, everything. You get 20% off the entire store. If you have any questions about tattoos, tattoo aftercare, or anything tattoo related, put it down in the comments, hit me up, and I'll be happy to answer whatever I can answer. All right, I'm Ty James, and I'll see myself out.